Hello everybody, welcome back once again to the Triangle Strategy walkthrough. Uh, Still playing the, obviously the New Game Plus here. This is the second pass of mine through the game. And we are ready to do some more main story stuff, so let's continue here at Castle Wolfort. Serenoa and the others speak of Cordelia's ascension as Queen of Glenbrook.
Prince Roland, have you heard about the address at the capital?
I have.
I won't forgive them for making Her Highness say such horrible things.
Enough, Huet.
But they lied about the king's death. They made it seem like Gustadolf was justified.
I said enough! Griping about it here won't change a thing. Cordelia is fighting her hardest all on her own. My heart breaks more every day I cannot save her.
Forgive me, Your Highness.
We all understand how you feel, Prince Roland.
No, I apologize. I lost control. Thinking about it will do us no good. We must rise to action.
Indeed we must. Everyone knows of your death now. That means we are free to make our next move.
Listen, my friends. Prince Roland of Glenbrook is dead. I am now merely Roland, a warrior who fled a fallen kingdom. I humbly ask for your support until the sun shines upon our royal line once again.
Is that Sir Maxwell's?
That mask. You look just like Sir Maxwell.
This is a secret that shall stay within House Wolfort.
Master, grant me the strength to free our home from Esfrost's clutches.
Alright, there it is. Roland has rejoined.
How is he doing? Has he taken the medicine we received from Hyzant?
Aye. He hasn't woken, but I reckon he's breathing easier now.
Thank you. I am glad he has some relief from the pain at last. I wish I could tell Father about our situation now, but...
Lord Serenoa, if your father were awake, I am certain he would praise you for safeguarding Wolfort.
Sad to say, the real trouble's only just beginning. I'll be damned if House N's protection comes for free. No doubt the longer we stay, the steeper the price.
Precisely. Minister Sorsley is not an altruistic soul.
If you were in his shoes, what would you do?
I would squeeze us dry, then look for an opportunity to.
But we won't let that happen.
Of course not. Anna is already on the move. It is our duty to protect and guide this house.
This heart ain't changed since the day Lord Simon took me in, lad. I'm ready to put my life on the line for this house. We'll get past this, one way or another. You'll see.
Thank you so much. Both of you.
Okay, so it looks like we've got a couple of side stories. Actually, well, a few side stories. So let's start here at Twins Gate. At Twins Gate, the death of an ardent youth changes the fate of one man.
Lord Svarog, the body of Lord Dragan is...
So my son has finally returned home. I will be there soon. Is something the matter?
I think it better not to look, my lord.
And why is that?
His face. There is no vestige of the handsome lad he once was.
Oh, my son. I understand. You are dismissed. I am so sorry, my boy. Please forgive your pitiful excuse for a father. I will find the one who did this to you. I swear it.
Alright, next up here is Wolford Harbor. So Anna gathers information at Wolford Harbor and hears rumors of illicit dealings.
I see. So there is an illicit salt trade held outside the auspices of the Norzelia Consortium.
In this business, you cannot avoid rumors even if you try. They say sneaking under the Consortium's nose is well worth the risk, but I am not so bold.
And who is behind all this?
I wish I could say.
I am not asking you to tell me for free.
How generous of you. It's but a rumor, of course, but... They say none other than Minister End in Hyzat is pulling the strings. And some free advice for you, my friend? You'd do well not to get involved.
Why?
I'm afraid that will cost a separate fee. Why, thank you.
Okay, next up here is the source. The sweltering heat at the source parches the very hearts of men.
Water!
On your feet!
Water, please!
Get back to work! You aren't the only one who's thirsty.
No setbacks, I presume?
None, sir. We are already well ahead of schedule.
Splendid. The ledger, if you would.
Yes, sir.
I would hate for there to be a problem with our numbers. I will hold on to this for now.
Of course, sir.
Water!
Put the poor thing out of its misery, Booker. You must be firm with the Roselle. Show them the slightest mercy, and they'll think they deserve more.
Yes, sir!
Right, next up here is Castle Wolfort. So Frederica voices her doubts to Serenoa.
Serenoa, do you have a moment? I was hoping to talk to you about our marriage. Now that Glenbrook has been brought to ruin by Esfrost, is there any meaning to our union? My brother may have been planning this from the start. And yet I came to Wolffort with the intent of marrying you, completely unaware of it. It's always like this. Nothing ever goes as I would wish it. The course of my life has always been at the mercy of others.
As has mine. Almost nothing happens the way I thought it would.
But you have a home. Somewhere you can return to someday. You are surrounded by people who care about you.
As do you, as a member of House Wolffort. Your place is with us now.
Serenoa.
And though this may sound pretentious, this is a time for you to think about your future and what you must do, Frederica. Just as I am.
I suppose you are right. What must I do?
Here you are. Master Benedict has been searching for you both.
Understood. Let him know we will return at once. You said we received a delivery from Minister Sorsley.
Yes, mostly food and materials, plus a considerable amount of coin.
That is quite kind of him.
House End is a wealthy one, even by Hyzant's standards. This would barely put a dent in their coffers. We have distributed the resources as needed. We've even managed to restock our reserves.
Wish I could be happy for the help, but I can't say I am.
Agreed. Relying on them comes at a price. They will be looking for recompense.
I believe that to be their true aim.
But this is the path we chose to walk together.
Indeed. And as long as we stay the course, the winds of favor will someday be at our backs.
A missive from Minister Sorsley has arrived.
I see he wastes no time. What absurd request could he possibly have in store for us?
Nothing good, that's for sure.
All right, looks like we've got a vote coming up here. So Serenoa and the others gathered to discuss their response to a certain minister's request.
Yet another problem has arisen, as we anticipated. I would like to ask everyone what they think. Benedict, if you would.
Yes, my lord. We have just received a request from Minister Sorsley. We are to deliver his cargo to Esfrost.
Cargo?
A load of salt that bypasses the consortium.
He is asking us to be an accomplice to his illegal dealings.
It is as Minister Exham suspected. Minister Sorsley truly is abusing his station.
The nerve of him, asking the Honorable House Wolffort to do such a filthy job. No way we'd agree to that.
But consider this. Agreeing would secure us proof of his unlawful business.
Are you suggesting we report him to Hyzant?
I am saying it is an option.
You got a point. We have a duty to speak up when something's not right. That's the honorable thing to do.
We might even earn the Holy One's trust.
If we rely on Minister Exham, would he speak to the Holy One for us? He tried to expose Sorsley's wrongdoings.
Have you all forgotten? Minister Sorsley is one of Hyzant's Saintly Seven. His connections run far deeper than ours. We must tread carefully.
Then we need solid evidence to convict him. I should think the salt he wishes us to transport would suffice. but we are the only ones that know it. And it is indistinguishable from the salt that is legally distributed. Far from the solid evidence we need.
Regrettably so.
One false move and we lose both Minister Sorslay's support and Hyzant's trust. Without proof, we have no choice but to go to Aesfrost.
If only we had evidence of his misdeeds.
It comes as no surprise to see our opinions differ, but a decision must be made. To report Minister Sorslay's illegal dealings to Hyzant, or become a silent accomplice. Bring the scales. It is time to make our choice.
Alright, we managed to survive the battle, but the situation around us grows ever more complex. The decision before us now will greatly sway the course of our future. I must be firm in my convictions. Let's see. I'm gonna go with the transport, the salt this time. The first pass through, I went to Hyzant and reported the illegal salt shipments. I think we can actually go into town for this one too. Yeah, here's the concierge. I don't think there's going to be anything as far as treasures though. Yeah, because we've already really done this exploration phase during the first pass through. So I'll do the conviction choices here and then just kind of go right to the vote. So I'm happy that the provisions Minister Sorsley are being met with joy by the people. Is there anything you would like me to relay to him in return? I think I'm short on morality right now, so I'm just gonna go. Or I shouldn't say short on morality. It's the other two have pulled ahead of morality by quite a bit, so I'm gonna do a couple of morality choices. So thanks to him, we can rebuild our town. Please tell him that we will not forget his generosity. Shall do just that. I'm certain my liege would be happy to hear that he could be of service. But Minister Sorsley did want me to pass one more message on to you, Lord Serenoa. He says that gratitude should be shown not with words but deeds. But of course, I will take those words to heart. A warning, no doubt. Perhaps Minister Sorsley is not so generous as others make him out to be, after all. Yeah. Alright, here's the merchant. Oh yeah, he's got a bunch of stuff. I'll probably end up farming because I actually don't have all that much cash right now. Yep, I'm gonna end up farming. So I'm gonna do that, and I'll do that off screen, and then I'll just you know, that way I can kind of just continue on with this. But I want to make sure that I buy everything before I continue on. Okay, so I did a bunch of farming off screen, and I just wanted to make sure that I could buy all the items from this merchant here, which I think I already did. Yeah, it looks like everything is sold out. So we are good to go here. Very important to buy the materials. I got a few, or I finally bought a couple more upgrades due to that. So next up here, we need to speak with this guy. So just to do the two conviction choices here. So Sir Maxwell joined our army the moment we got news of Prince Roland's death. The timing is too convenient. I can't help but feel there's something else going on here. Yeah, indeed. I think I'm going to go with the morality choice again. So this is proof of his resolve, one which I will support with all my might. Understood, sir. He is doing this for the sake of Wolfort and Glenbrook, both then. I admire his resolve and will continue to serve as dutifully as always. All the other soldiers feel the same. You needn't worry about a thing, Lord Serenoa. Thank you. We could not have gotten this far without all of you. Cool. Is that it? And 1 second. Maybe there was there only one conviction choice here? Excuse me. Oof. Let's see here. Oh yeah, it was one of these Hyzantian soldiers. I don't know if it was this. It was probably this guy, huh? Or was it the other guy? Was it over here? Yeah, I think it was this guy. Alright, so let's head on in here. Yes, let's return. Alright, so we're gonna move on to do the voting part here. It's... You know, I was just thinking about this. I think that... my impression anyway is that once you've got your first unanimous vote, you don't really need to go for, you know, unanimous votes from that point on, and only because there's an achievement through Steam, so I don't think I'm gonna, you know, I'm not gonna work too hard to convince, you know, the different characters on which way to go here. So I am going with the, you know, transporting the illegal salt, though. So we need to speak with Benedict, Frederica, Eredor, and Anna. So let's start with Benedict.
We must decide.
Minister Sorcelet is involved with trafficking illegal salt. It would be in our best interest to expose him before we get further involved. We may not escape entirely unscathed, but it must be done. I see. So you believe we should follow Minister Sorcelet's orders? So it says, there's no guarantee we will succeed in exposing Sorcelet, and we should we fail, we would make enemies of both House End and the Holy State itself. Regardless of his motives, we owe him a debt, and I would rather not repay kindness with betrayal. Or, right now, House Wolfert stands alone. We cannot risk losing Minister Sorcelet's support. Yeah, I don't know. I think I'm going to go with the middle option here. Indeed, we have already accepted their aid, and while I understand feeling indebted on a personal level, I must wonder if that is reason enough to take action as a ruler. There is still time, Benedict. I would like to continue our discussion. Very well, my lord. Is it safe to assume that you think exposing Minister Sorcelet's crimes to be a reckless course of action? It is. We haven't sufficient information to take action. Or Minister Sorcelet is no fool. I doubt he would blindly trust us to carry out such an important deal. Or shaking Hyzant's faith in one of the Saintly Seven will be nigh impossible. I think I'm going to go with the top option here. But we have a clue. I think it is too early for us to give up the fight just yet. You have made your position clear, Benedict. I can only ask that you keep my words in mind. But of course, my lord, allow me a moment more to make my decision. Alright, so that actually is deep in thought. The final thing that he said there didn't really seem like we had convinced him that well. But alright, so let's talk to Frederica. We cannot overlook Minister Sorcelet's black market dealings, let alone be party to them. I know that it means that even more will have to go without salt in the duchy, but still, I believe we should go to Hyzant and bring these crimes to light. Alright, please, Cyrano, I must know why you are opposed to exposing Minister Sorcelet's crimes. Right now, House Wolfert stands alone. We are in sore need of House End support, or there is a time and place for everything, and now is not the time to bring Minister Sorcelet to justice. Wow, that sounds so bad. Justice delayed is justice denied. Minister Sorcelet is one of the Saintly Seven. Proving him guilty would be a struggle even with evidence of which we have none. I think that seems more convincing.
Surely.
Indeed, Minister Sorcelet's work has greatly benefited the Hierophant in many years. He must have great influence in the Holy State. If we went to them now, desperate as we are and lacking proof, there's a chance they would not believe us. Make me speak a little longer. I admit that I am more than curious as to why you would make us an accomplice to Minister Sorcelet's illicit dealings. So our relations with Ezfrost are strained enough as it is. I would rather not make any more enemies if we can avoid it, or I wish to know Ezfrost's true intentions. We might glean something new if we go there. Or I've heard rumors that Minister Exarm... I've heard rumors of Minister Exarm. Though he looks reliable at first glance, I do not know if he can truly be trusted. I don't know. I think I'm going to go with Ezfrost's true intentions here. I too would like to know what they're scheming, but our destination is enemy territory and our recipient unknown. I fear there is just too much at stake. Let's return to our own councils, Frederica. I understand your feelings, as I hope you understand mine. Wow, she's been moved. Alright, well that was apparently a big win. That was a solid route to go. Alright, so Eredor, I can't even imagine a proud and honorable house like ours committing a crime. We've got to go to Hyzant and report that no good minister. You're actually considering doing his dirty work? Why? So House End has given us money and provisions. Would reporting them not be biting the hand that feeds? Or Minister Sorcelet is no fool. He is no doubt wary of our betrayal. While I believe Minister Exarm would help us find Minister Sorcelet guilty, we ought to be careful of him. He is no doubt another trying to use us as his pawn. I mean, I don't know. These all kind of seem like bad options. I'm going to go with the bottom one here. You never cease to amaze me, lad. Minister Exarm is a man of bottomless ambition. I bet he wouldn't think twice about using us to see his hated House End fall. Don't like the thought of that, to be honest. If only there were a way House Wolford could get by alone. I wish us not to be party to these crimes if we can avoid it, but things are not so simple, I'm afraid. I'm sure you've thought long and hard about it, but still, just thinking about dirtying our hands like that makes me sick to my stomach. If our accusations fall on deaf ears, we make an enemy of both House End and the Holy State. The risk is far too great. Or, I understand, but we must do this to see House Wolford survive. Please, Eredor, I ask you to bear this burden with us. Running away from our problems will avail us of nothing. Ill-earned though it may be, we need House End's coin. I think I'm going to go with this option. That seems very utility-oriented.
Are you joking?
Alright. I know, just thinking about our situation has me trembling in rage, but still, I don't know if I have it in me. Damn it. It's our own damn fault as pathetic vassals that you're in this position in the first place, lad. Oh, sorry about that. Coughing fit. I need more time to think on it. This won't be an easy decision either way. Alright, Eredor's deep in thought. Lastly here, we need to speak with Anna. So transporting illicit salt or reporting Minister Sorcelet, poor options both. I wish we had the option of taking neither path. I leave the decision in your hands, Lord Serenoa. So we're going to transport the salt. So you believe it better to do Minister Sorcelet's bidding. Might I ask why? If we know the way House End's illicit operations work, we may figure out a way to get the upper hand. There's no harm in gaining Minister Sorcelet's trust regardless of what unfolds in the future, or I would do whatever it takes to defend my domain, legal or not, and I'm prepared to face the consequences should we be caught. I like the top option the best. I see. It will be easier to find the cracks in their defenses from the inside, and it may even give us an opportunity to strike. If that is our aim, I think it well worth the risk. Is there anything else you wish to know? There is. I cannot help wondering if being party to these acts would sully the Wolford name. Our house's honor is trivial at best. You needn't pay it any mind. Wow, that's pretty blunt. Right now we must do everything in our power to keep our people alive and house standing. So long as we do, there will be a chance to reclaim our honor. Or the words of outsiders likely mean little against the Saintly Seven. If we bring charges against Minister Sorcelet, he may just lay all the blame at our feet. Yeah, I think I'm going to go with that one.
Certainly.
The Saints hold tremendous influence in Hyzend. It certainly won't be easy to prove one of them guilty. On the contrary, they might use their position and power to indict us instead. An undesirable situation, indeed, and one I would rather not find ourselves in. Thank you, Lord Serenoa. I see now where you stand. Alright, wow, and yeah, that was definitely the right way to go for Anna. Alright, we're ready now, and I'm going to start the vote here.
It is time to cast our votes. Do we follow Sorcelet's orders and smuggle salt across our borders, or do we take another path? Approach the scales of conviction with your token at the ready.
You make a convincing argument, my lord.
I will put my faith in you.
I agree.
You won me over.
All right.
The scales of conviction will illuminate the path we've chosen.
Do it. Illuminate our path. I don't know what to do. You gotta tell me. Alright, that looks like that's what we want. Yeah, unanimous, unanimous vote even.
The way
All
forward
right.
is decided. We have no choice but to follow Sorslay's demands and bring the salt to Esfrost.
Apparently that's a utility choice.
We have chosen our path. We shall do as Minister Sorsley asks and deliver the salt to Esfrost.
Now that we have a heading, we need only move forward. Let us make haste.
Indeed. No matter how perilous the road ahead may be, we must not falter.
Anna, begin the preparations.
As you wish.
All right, that is going to be it for this one. As always, hope the guide was helpful, and thank you for watching.